Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Ruach Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do well, and the bishops as well, who have taught me this word in truth and sincerity. And peace and mercy to the rest of the elect, all right, that's pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. I want to do this quick lesson, and this lesson that I'm going to do, is going to be entitled Gimmicks Don't Gather but Scatter. Okay? Gimmicks don't gather but they scatter. Alright? Now let's get into the word gimmicks first, as I was looking up earlier. So you see here the etymology of the word gimmick. It says here perhaps an alteration of gimmick or gimcrack, I think. Yeah, gimcrack. Or an anagram of magic. So what's an anagram? An anagram is when you can take one word, all right, and basically rearrange the letters in that word to make another word. Like for example, what was the example that I saw here? Bear with me one moment. Actually, we'll just go into the word, and it will actually give that example. So you see, it says transposition of letters in a word so as to form another. A word so formed. So it gives an example, actually, a good one. I just bear with me one moment. Yeah. So like for example, it says here, evil is the anagram of live. So when you take the words evil and rearrange them, you can come up with the word live. So when we go back to gimmick, it says that it's an anagram of magic. All right. So and we get into it here. It says the gimmick. See, let's see what else it tells us. Yeah, gimmick. Other words that relate, and we look at the definition here. It says gimmick says to trick or deceive, intend to attract attention, publicity, or business. Okay, so it's basically gimmicks are used to deceive people and to attract a lot of attention. Now we have a lot of that going on within Israel, of course, with these various camps and these false prophets and teachers. What you see is that they're full of gimmicks. They're full of gimmicks, and that's what attracts the eyes, okay, of Israel, majority of Israel, because the majority of Israel isn't concerned with the truth. Okay, they're not concerned with the truth, and so what they're concerned with, Slaki, the only thing that they're concerned with, okay, is is basically mirth, right? They just want things that sound good, look good, and that are in a pretty package. Jake will take anything that's in a pretty package, even if it's bad for him. Because Jake is simple. The scriptures go into how Israel is sottish and foolish. All right, so we got that out of the way. Let's go. I want to bring out, since I was just thinking about that now, let's bring out Genesis 3. All right, and when you go into the serpent, because gimmicks really started back here. Okay, because remember, gimmick is an anagram of magic. And that's what these false prophets and teachers are doing. Okay, on the left-hand side, they're using magic, which is the gimmicks, all right, to attract and captivate and basically, captivate the minds of Israel into believing lies. All right, so let's get that word serpent. There we go. So serpent, and it says serpent, snake, serpent, image of a serpent, fleeing serpent. Now, when we go into the etymology, it tells you here to practice divination, divine, observe signs, learn by experience, diligent observance, observe, diligently observe, practice fortune telling, tell as an omen. And that's exactly what these false prophets, okay, in Israel do on the left hand side. Believe it or not, that's what they do. All right, and of course Esau be doing this, but I'm really strictly talking about Israel right now, right? To practice divination, enchantment. When you look at down here, enchantment, it says enchanter, right? What else? Yeah, basically the point there. Okay, and that's basically what Adam and Eve are getting into. It's that left hand side magic, right? And that's what these false prophets, okay, are all about now. They use these gimmicks. Now let's get some precepts. I got a couple precepts. That was one, but that just came to my mind. Let's get some precept on these false prophets. Jeremiah 29. I'm gonna read this in NLT. Jeremiah 29 and 8. I'm just gonna hit quick points and then that'll be the lesson. So Jeremiah 29 and 8, and it reads, This is what the Lord Yahweh of heaven's armies, the power of Israel, says. Do not let your prophets and fortune tellers who are with you in the land of Babylon trick you. And we're in the land of Babylon right now. I mean, I'm over here in Canada, which is a uh, a branch of Babylon the Great. We know that Babylon the Great, all right, is America. America is spiritually Babylon the Great, Rome, Egypt, so on and so forth. Okay, so it says here, I'll read it again. This is what the Lord Yahweh of heaven's armies, the power of Israel, says. Do not let your prophets and fortune tellers who are with you in the land of Babylon trick you. Don't listen to their dreams. Now, if you know anything about what was going on with Jeremiah and the captives in Babylon, you had prophets among the captives of Judah, so the southern kingdom, that were saying that basically were prophesying lies to the Israelites that were in Babylon. And Jeremiah had to write a letter and let them know that not to believe these prophecies I'm reading and to live your life. You know, don't try to take arms, don't try to fight against or resist the power that the Most High set up. And the same thing happened in Rome. Okay, the same thing happened in Rome. You had a bunch of Israelites that basically just couldn't be patient to wait upon the Lord, all right, and his son. So what does that make them? It makes them faithless Israelites. 2/3 of Israel are faithless Israelites. Okay? It goes on to say, because they are telling you lies in my name. So you will have more prophets, false prophets, okay, and false teachers that will use the gimmicks of the way they dress, right? It's all part of witchcraft, okay? The color of the garment, the very fancy garments, the headgear, the wrist straps, all that stuff, man. The when they're doing live lessons, all the comic book sounds like boom, swoosh, pow, all this stuff. Brothers know what I'm talking about. All that's just gimmicks, man. When you look at the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone on the way down, sincere brothers, we don't have no gimmicks. We just teach the truth. That's all we do. All right, pop open the laptop or the phone and just get into scriptures and teach the truth, man. All right, and we repeat the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, just like the Most High did when he was talking to Israel. Why? Because Israel's hard-headed and stiff-necked. And furthermore, we need it too. All right, us believers, we need repetition. All right, Apostle Gabar, I'll never forget. He said years ago, I heard him. He had said, repetition is the father of skill, and it's true. You can only get better by hearing and doing the same thing over and over and over again. So it's very necessary that we do that. But two-thirds of Israel are bored about it. Why? Because they're looking for them gimmicks. It's boring. Okay? So it goes on to say, let me read it again. It says, verse 9, because they are telling you lies in my name. So they'll call upon Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, but they're not breaking down the scriptures correctly. All right? So you have to pray that the Most High is leading you, all right, to the truth, to the camp, and to the teachers that have the 100% truth. Because if you don't, you're going to get lost out here. It's that simple. There's no way you're going to find the truth, all right, with your own strength. It's not possible. The Most High has to give it to you. So it's very important to pray to the Most High to show you the truth and to keep you in the truth if you know the truth. You understand? That goes for all of us. So it goes on to now. That's it with that. Let me let me get the next precept. It's actually a chapter back here. Jeremiah 28 and 15. I'll read in the King James, and it reads, it says, this is what then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah. So Hananiah was a prophet, but he was a false prophet. All right, and he's been telling Israel lies about their captivity in Babylon. Okay, so Jeremiah, Most High put the spirit on Jeremiah to deal with them. And it says, then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah, the prophet, hear now, Hananiah, the Lord Yahweh hath not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust in a lie. You see? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against the Lord, Yahweh. This is exactly all these teachers are doing, man. See, when you don't teach the truth, all you're teaching is rebellion. That's it. Okay? Because the truth is what helps Israel get in line and stay obedient. If it's given to them to believe in the truth. It's one thing to hear the truth, but it's another to hear it and believe it. Okay? As we see the majority of Israel, they hear the truth. We've done thousands, maybe even millions of videos since the apostles came out on in 2007 on YouTube, and even before that, they were going out. So I'm pretty sure they were recording themselves on cassette before 2007. Just that 2007 is when the YouTube really blew it up, right? So, Salaki, I kind of forgot my point. No way it comes back. But let me read this again. Verse 16, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against the Lord Yahweh. So Hananiah, the prophet, died, and died that same year in the 7th month. That's what's going to happen with these false prophets, man. The Most High is going to start making an example of all you lying prophets and teachers. And what he's going to do, how he's going to make an example of you? Well, he's going to start killing you, okay? He'll kill you. He might kill your family. He might get you in a car accident with your family. You guys are all mangled up in pieces. Your babies, your wife, everything, man. Listen, I'm just talking about I'm just saying what the scriptures say. The Most High is a terrible power. He's nothing to mess with. He's not a power to mess with, but he's a power to be feared greatly. You see? So let's go to the next precept. Just hitting these points. In Matthew 24, 4-5, it reads, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, all right, which is, it means anointed, right? So you could really say, many will come in the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, acting and talking like they're anointed by Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and shall deceive many. And even in my short time in this truth, I've been in the truth for about 10 and a half years. And within that short amount of time, I've seen many people come and go that fit this prophecy. I can only imagine other brothers who've been in longer, elders and apostles, they tell us all the time. People, their recall game in terms of the precepts and the breakdown is phenomenal. It's like it's really captivating, But those be the men that the Most High take out because inside, okay, they weren't sincere. They weren't sincere inside. Okay, for them it was all a show. It was gimmicks. You see, it was all a show, and the Most High dealt with them. All right. So it says, I'm gonna skip down. I'll read that one more time. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. I am anointed. Okay, I got the truth. And then we'll go down to verse 24, and it reads, For there shall arise false Hamashiachs, or false anointeds, and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. And so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Behold, I have told you before. So what does that mean? Well, it's twofold. One, on one hand, it's talking about Israel, right, as well, and their gimmicks and their lies, and talking about their anointed. And honestly, if we didn't have this truth, we would be caught up with IUIC and these false prophets and Sakari, right? Because what would we have to get to compare to what they're teaching, what they're saying? See, what we have to compare to what they're teaching, what they're saying is this truth. So when they're talking shit and going off, okay, and not breaking down the scriptures correctly, we can cut them and defend the word because we have the truth. So all praises to Yahweh Shem Shai for giving us this truth, all right? Because if we didn't have it, we'd be deceived. But on the other hand, it's talking about Esau and his false prophets, right? His prophets on the left-hand side, right? And his so-called anointed on the left-hand side. They're going to be using great signs and wonders and their technology, all right? Left-hand side miracles to deceive many Israelites, okay? Let's actually go into that word signs and one. Let's see what it gives us. So signs.
Strong's